Willie D Live.
What's up, family? This is Judge Nathan Milliron. Don't let the big smile fool you. He is perhaps the meanest judge in all of America. Yeah, fam, this dude right here is hell on wheels. Yeah. Look how nice and unassuming he looks to the left there. Oh man, this dude berated a guy who came to his courtroom to offer him IT support. Told him, get out of my courtroom. He berated an attorney, got that on camera. Emails are coming out where he has been talking really reckless to his county clerk, the court clerk. This dude is wild, fam. And they're saying that he has a history of this type of behavior, just really explosive, yelling at people, berating them. This is what he does. Hey, you ain't got to take my word for it. You ain't got to take my word at all. Check it out.
I can't read that.
Okay. Those are the overlapping stores between the stores outlined.
You're wasting my time this morning.
No, Judge. I mean, we have an overlapping issue in these two cases.
They don't seem to be that overlapping to me.
Well, we have the same parties.
You want to go to Jefferson County because you want Jefferson County jury.
No, I mean, Judge, we're the defendants in the case.
Okay.
We're they're the plaintiffs. We haven't filed either one of these cases. They filed this case
Lien
first.
abatement is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We filed a proposed order, but I have one here if you want to
Take it.
Jeff, you have briefly respond
You
about.
may not.
Well,
This hearing is done.
she's asking for a sanction.
Deputy, remove her from my bench now.
Damn.
Your Honor, may I speak?
No, you may not. This hearing is over. Jesus Christ, these people today. Step away. You're about to be cuffed.
Too much power. Too much power. Too much power. Him and these other judges have way too much power. He needs to be removed. His behavior is one thou wow unethical. He needs to be removed. Imagine how many people he's done that to. You know how many people he had to do that to be that comfortable talking to lawyers like that, talking to the clerk like that, talking to just anybody and everybody, just having that type of mentality and knowing he's being filmed. You know how comfortable you got to be to behave like that? And how often he's likely done that? They're saying that all types of stuff is coming out about him now. So apparently he's been behaving this way. This is my first time hearing about this dude, and I'm right here on ground. I'm on the ground where he is. I'm in Harris County, and I've never heard of him before, but that don't mean too much. Apparently he's been doing a whole lot, raising hell. This dude is wild. There's a video out there about him berating the IT guy. You can find that online anywhere. It went viral. And his emails where he's corresponding with various people are now going viral. They're saying those emails are even more sickening. Too much power. These judges have way too much latitude, even when you start thinking like on a criminal level, whereas somebody can be judged, sentenced, and given 10 years, 15 years. The judge can come back around and say, you know what? I'm going to give you a suspended sentence. I'm going to make since you've been sitting in jail a year, I'm going to give you time served for that 1 year, and I'm gonna make these other 14 years suspended, meaning that if you don't get in any trouble over the next 14 years, you're good. You don't have to go to jail. And they have the latitude, depending on the case, sometimes where the judge can decide if you're having a trial by a judge, the judge can decide whether you get 15 years or 30 years. He can decide to give you 20 years. Look at the Diddy case, where Diddy ended up with, how many years he got? Ended up with doing like maybe 4.5 years or whatever. But the judge could have gave him up to 10 years, 15, 20 years or something like, it was something ridiculous. Like, that's too much power for one person to have. Way too much power for one person to have. Because all of us, no matter who we are, no matter what our profession is, we go to work, we arrive at work with our own set of implicit biases. We have certain things that we just are biased toward. And that does not turn off when you put your robe on. It does not turn off when you walk into the courtroom and say, I'm representing the state. It does not turn off when you put that uniform and that badge and that gun on. It does not turn off when you step into that classroom and start teaching. You have implicit biases, and it always comes out. It does not turn off when you step out on that field as a referee or even as a coach. It does not turn off. So you got to be careful about giving people that kind of power, because he has the power to actually ruin people's lives. Yeah, he has that type of power. I think people that has the type of power that he has, a judgeship, they should be held to higher standards. They shouldn't get to go off on tangents. They shouldn't get to use explicit language in the courtroom. They shouldn't have an opportunity to explode. They should be expected. They should be held to the highest degree of civility. They should be expected to be level-headed at all times. No, you don't get a break. I don't give it that. Yeah, you human, but you don't get no breaks, because you are judging human beings' lives. So you don't get no breaks on civility. You don't get to have a lapse in common sense and judgment. And when you do, we catch you doing that, you got to go. It's as simple as that. It's too many judges out here who are rotten to the core. Man, you got judges out here, fam, that's smoking dope. They shooting up. They're doing heroin. They're snorting cocaine. They're alcoholics. Some of them are essayers. And they're sitting up there in judgment of other human beings. This is how you know when one is an essay, when they go easy on other essayists. Well, that's not the way you always know, because some of them, they may not live their life, but they're just incompetent. And they'll mess around and give a predator probation or dismiss a case, and that fool dismissed the case based off of technicality. Now, I will say this, fam, with that power, I will say this. If I was a judge, somebody came into my courtroom and they had violated a child, I'm going to do them dirty. I'm going to act like I'm listening to everything. Yeah, I'm going to listen. I hear you out. I might act like I'm considering everything. I'm considering. But all I heard was what you did up front. Now, obviously, before I take somebody out like that, I'm going to have like crazy evidence that, yeah, this person actually did it. It's not going to work with me on some he say, she say. I'm going to have evidence because that is a huge accusation. So I have to have evidence, and I will. I'm going to do them dirty, fam. Oh, yeah. I'm doing you dirty. Come to my courtroom with that. Man, I'm starting off at 91 years. I don't know why did I say 91? I said 91 because 91 was a good year for me. Yeah. That's the year Mind Playing Tricks came out. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going hard on them. I'm going hard on those types. Oh, yeah. You come in here with some racist stuff, a racist cop. You shot somebody, you killed, man, I'm finna get you. Yeah. Everything the prosecutor say. Overruled. 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 Send me a motion. Motion denied. 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 You going straight to jail. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going in on those type. But other than that, I'm going to be pretty even keel, fam. I'm pretty fair. I'm pretty fair. Irregardless of your skin color, I'm going to be fair. Point blank period. Because we all live in this society. We have to figure out a way to get along. We got to figure out a way to get along, fam. I mean, like, ain't nobody going nowhere, right? No matter what some people might think, ain't nobody going nowhere. So we got to figure this out, or we are absolutely doomed. And I know some of y'all don't mind being doomed. But for those of us who do mind, we got to figure it out. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.